President Vladimir Putin has called for tightening the grip on Western tech companies in Russia. Meanwhile, Dmitry Medvedev openly threatens the world with a third world war. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Medvedev back in power after 2030. Zelensky asking new German Chancellor Merz for a 30 billion euros in aid. First, Herr Merz said that they will give Ukraine Taurus with no limits on distance. And then his aide said that Germany will only fund new Taurus missile factories. Let's be honest, Germany is dragging its feet. First. Second, me, as a grandson of a World War II veteran with a lot of honor awards, if I hear that German missile hits Russia, I swear to God, I would leave United States, take AK-47, even though I don't know even how to, use it, and go fight it. It's so in our blood, in Russians' blood. Unfortunately, still Germany associated with you know who. And most of the people is like that, trust me. So Germany is dragging its feet, as they might end funding is a glorified screwdriver assembly hangar. That's true because Ukraine doesn't have the technologies to build the Taurus. Taurus is a high-level technology missile. It's 100% top secret missile. Maximum that Germany will fund is a screwdriver assembly hangar. And also, I genuinely believe that Germany is lying, that Ukraine already has those towers. The game of yes, we will, no, we will not, it's dangerous for Germany. One day they approve, another day they don't. They are playing with fire. It's dangerous and it's shameless, honestly. Okay, European Council just approved a 150 billion militarized fund of United Europe, and it's expected to grow to 1 trillion. Again, using Ukrainians and the life of Ukrainian and Russian soldiers, Europeans are resolving their own internal issues and playing towards to increase their own political rating. Shame on you, Europe. But how? But how long? How long from this bureaucratic Europe will take to build those factories, build those bombs and other weapons? They don't have time. Putin is moving forward. If you watch my shorts, recently I posted that Russia, since 2022, gradually removing name of the Europe from school books. Gradually, almost invisibly, they are removing from school books. Uh, that should be a signal to European intelligence. Time is running out, Europe. Russia won't wait forever. The more Europe escalates, the deeper Ukrainian army will be pushed into hopeless battles. And Russia, after it takes over Ukraine, will use Ukrainian soldiers that fought against Russia as a cannon fodder in the attack on European countries. Yep, Russians will do that. Ukrainian soldiers are demoralized. So Germany aggressive rhetorics, they're also trying to boost morale of Ukrainian soldiers. So I'm going to give you 3 cities in Europe that possibly will be hit if Taurus missile falls to Russian soil. That will be Bristol, United Kingdom, Bourges, France, and Ulm, Germany. Those 3 cities in 3 biggest European countries have those factories that build Taurus missiles. So if Taurus missile falls on Russia territory, those 3 towns are potential and more likely targets for Russian Oрешnik. And by the way, Russia will follow international laws by hitting those factories. So they will tell in advance that we're going to hit them because you hit us through Ukraine, your proxy. Take your civilians out. Be careful. We're going to bomb those towns and those factories. Chase Bank analysis says the war might end in a second quarter of 2025. Second quarter is almost over. But let's be real, those so-called independent JP Morgan Chase analysts, no more independent. They still follow political agenda and propaganda, a little bit forgetting about their investors. I cannot call them independent anymore. Well, at least regarding those issues. Israel have eliminated yet another Mohammed. Thank you, Israel, for cleaning this world from the terrorists. New negotiations between Russia and Ukraine will take place June 2nd, so in 4 or 5 days. That's why Trump is saying we're going to wait a week and a half too to see what's going on. I tell you what's going on. Trump will put sanctions on Ukraine. Yes, yes, yes. One more time. I double down on this. Trump, after those negotiations, wherever they're going to happen, in Istanbul or somewhere else, between Russia and Ukraine, Trump will put sanctions on Ukraine. Trump will back out from the negotiation process. Trump will tell Europe, if you need a weapon, go to Saudis. We have new American hub in their military hub. Go buy any weapon you want, any American weapons you want. Trump will stop speaking with Europe, and Trump will start speaking with Russia about Europe. So basically, they're dividing the world where Russia controls Russia, all former Soviet republics, and Europe, and majority of the Europe, where China controls Asia, and where United States controls North and South America. Saudi in there raising their hands, saying, "Oh, what about us? We're going to invest in Syria." Yeah, Saudi is kind of coming up, they're getting stronger. They're going to invest in Syria. They're going to make another Dubai from Aleppo or something like that, as far as I know. Russia has laid out the terms, new terms for Ukraine. First, they need a written guarantee from NATO that NATO will never expand eastward. Not just Ukraine, any former Soviet Union republic, any former Soviet Union states. They also want a signed and written guarantee of protection of Russian-speaking minorities in Ukraine. And this is not a joke. I mean, Ukrainians burned the book. The Ukrainians used to burn Russian books. They used to burn Russian books. We all know who else burned books, and then they moved burning people after that. So Russia wants protection of Russian-speaking minorities in Ukraine. Lavrov hints that Soviet Union on a paperwork never was dismissed. So Ukraine is still Russia, is still Soviet Union. So in exchange of NATO and minorities, Russia will accept Ukraine as an independent state. And also, Russia wants neutral status for Ukraine, and also Russia asks to lift some sanctions. That's the new terms. And only after that, the war will stop, blah, 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 blah. The war will not, okay? No one wants to stop the war, included Putin, included but not limited Zelensky, Germany, Britain, United States. No one wants it. Everyone wants the war. They got to reboot the economy. They don't have any choice, and Russia is a scapegoat in this game. Russia will not allow to treat it that way. Russia will not be a scapegoat. Europe will be. Mark my words. Europe, dangerous position, I'm telling you. And it looks for me that this is like international, the whole thing for me, it's like international, a big international anarchism. It's an anarchy, a huge international anarchy where everyone doesn't give a crap about anyone, specifically about their own people. Like international anarchy. That's how I call it. What's going on right now with the bad consequences.